trouble and you need a helping hand, and nothing's going right.
Hi there and hello. I see you, one viewer. Good evening. We're gonna give a few more people time to join. Sorry, I'm having my Haribo streamers. As you come into the room, let me know who you are and where you're coming from. Good evening. It's our 8:30 gathering. I should probably share it on my social, huh? It's good to see you. Happy Thursday. It looks like we're going there. Let me make sure we have sound. Alright, we've got sound in those spaces. Thank you for joining us for a time of being together. Sorry, I got this gummy candy tastes so good, guys. I wanted a space during this pandemic where we could get together and just share energy at the end of the day. Stay as long as you like. I'm gonna turn up this jam a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong thing. 1 second. And that old north wind should begin to blow. There we go. So good to see everybody. Let me know where you are viewing from. Let me know who you are in the chat. It will appear on the screen here in front of all the friends that have gathered tonight. I promised something higher than me that I would get online every night at 8:30 to hold space for whoever showed up. One person or no persons. I would just show up with my good gummy candy, my good quarantine gummy candy, or shelter-in-place gummy candy, and just be with all of you and just send you some good energy. There's lots of dark energy. I just want to send you some good energy, and that's why we're here. Oh wow. You all couldn't see my face. I just looked down and I just saw that no one could see my face. That's probably why everybody left, right? Oh well. Let me know where you are. I'm such an amateur, guys. I just did the first 3 minutes of a video vlogcast sharing together time thing with the starting screen up the whole time. All of the people that were here came and left. Well, let me know where you're watching from and who you are. I can't see over here who's in the space. I see that 3 people are watching, but
hey, now all you've got to do is call. Lord, I'll be there. Yes, I will.
You've got a friend.
You've got a friend.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to start this.
You've got a friend.
Shelton, Washington. Good to see you, Melissa Mack. I can't see who's in the space until you say something. Because we're going on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope all at the same time. Hey, Phil. Thank you for sounding off and telling me who you are and where you're watching from. I know Phil's down in Florida. I can't see on this side. I can see 3 people here, 2 people there, some people over on YouTube. I can see that. Oh, whose video call were you on?
Pure Carol King.
I need to change track.
I heard it for the first time standing right there with
I need to change track.
green and red.
I'm in a James Taylor mood tonight. Anybody else? This shit's probably gonna get taken down later. But hey,
Just yesterday morning,
tomorrow's not promised, right?
me know you were gone.
What other video call were you on, Phil?
Suzanne, the plans we made put an end to you.
Oh, a small group from church. Yeah, community is really important. I'm also glad that no one's like resisting and fighting this anymore and going out to prayer meetings and churches. I mean, you know, the internet worked beautifully. How did it go for you? Hey, Phil, if you want, in the first couple minutes of this video, if you text me at 404-585-1278, I get the company phone. You can jump on real quick and talk to me about it. Kim is coming on in a minute. Or you know what? They're going to shut me down if they haven't already. 1 second. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? I'm going to get shut down for the music. I'm going to get shut down for the music. They are going to shut me down. Can you still hear me out there? This is what we're going to be left with, kids. This is what we're going to be left with because they're going to shut me down for playing that James Taylor like that. 1 second. Do I still have audio? Okay, good. Oh yes, that fast, they sent me a message saying you gonna get shut down because you playing games out here. So we're just gonna have to let this little backing track go until I can put on my other little situation for you. Was that you, Phil? Or Phil didn't text me. Phil's like, we can hear you, but you don't want to come on. You know who I'm going to dial? I'm going to dial my guest of the night. Thank you, everybody watching. I promised something higher than myself that I would hold space and open up my living room to all of you every night at 8:30. If that's your type of thing, then text me, Phil, 404-585-1278. You're going to have to get off of this thing. Text me 404-585-1278. You text me there, I'll have your number like pulled right up, and then I'm going to dial you in so we can talk about your day, bubbas. I'm not going to call out the number that I have right here right now. Say something like, hey, it's Phil, so that I know it's you. Yeah, so 8:30 every night. We're just going to like hang out, stay as long as you want to. I am here to remind you that there's hope on the other side of this. I'm here to remind you that you are loved and that you're not alone. And it's very important that you hold on right now to the fact that we come through these things. Even unseen, we have to hold at least a little bit of hope in our hearts that the sun will shine again. How about that? Phil, did you text me, Phil? I don't see any messages from you. Well, Phil, I know exactly who's going to be up next. So while we figure that out, Phil, you can be second in line because I already know who first in line is. I just got to find the number. Thanks everybody for hanging on. This is going to be fun. This is a person that I've known for my entire adult life. And by adult life, I'm talking about like let's see here. My entire adult life. Let's see if she answers. You think she'll answer, everybody? You don't even know who it is. Here we are. All right. Oh, who's that? Matt Diffendorfer. Love you, brother. Love you. I'm about to call. Oh, Matt Diffendorfer. I'm calling somebody that you might know. You may know this person because it's from the same, days of yore. Hey, I'm getting on here every night at 8:30 for my fun. Like 8-year-old Andre wants to do this, little hosting thing. So for me, I'm going to show up and share my love with whoever's watching. I'm glad that you're watching. If you're into light and love and positivity and kind of being outside of fear for an hour every night, hey, I'm here. Hit the share button. Share it with somebody who might be into this vibe. I'm going to get this person on the line. I only put in, and then the last 2 digits. Oh, did you do it? Okay, let's see if this works. Wait. Hold up. Let's see. This is the moment of check. This is This is not working the way that we want it to. 1 second, everybody. Technical. Maybe. I didn't. Sorry, everybody. I did not. See, I was just singing the praises to the King, and then I didn't even realize if I had anything. We're gonna test something real quick and see why my sound is not coming through. Come on. In front of everybody, you got me out here looking crazy after you worked last night. This is the one. Okay. It's working. For those of you who are hanging on, it's working. Okay, let me put this number in. I think this is actually gonna work this time. And if you're hanging on, I really admire your patience. This is just all, like I said, this is all about 8-year-old me loving. Let's see if it connects. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? It's not dialing. Why is it not dialing tonight? Oh, no, what? We can always do this. What is wrong with me? Hello, you are on live. I'm trying to get you over onto our side of life. You're just right now on my speakerphone because nothing is working like it did last night.
Well, good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Ah, wait. You didn't waste any time jumping in. I said we're having technical difficulties, and you went, well, just then step aside.
Good evening. I got a couple seconds before I go back to the chicken parm. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
What is your name? Who are we talking to tonight?
This is Kim, board member of Love City Art.
Yes.
Hope everybody's doing well.
Yes.
And
yes, Kim.
Staying inside, listening to your mayors. Mary Lori Lightfoot said to stay inside.
Okay.
People are sick.
Yes.
But I don't live in Chicago.
I know, but still, how many people are in Chicago? I don't know what the...
3 million people. So,
okay, that's significant.
So people need to be...
Phil Booknight is giving you a proper good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Yes. I was glad when they said unto me.
Let's go to the house.
You better go. You better go on in there.
Get on the live stream. Don't go to the house of the Lord right now.
Well,
get on the live stream at the church.
You revising the version?
Right now, you got to listen to what they're saying. The governor said no gatherings over 50 people. So 3 or more could be gathered.
Okay.
50 is not going to work.
You said anything more than that is a party.
It is a party. You can't. You said no.
I'm glad that they're looking out for us in the way that they are, though. What's happening in your communities? The people that are watching right now, what's happening in your community? Like, what's the lay of the land down in Florida, Phil? I don't know who else is watching because I can only see you on this side of my life if you comment. Oh, Phil said, "Get thee onto the internet." Okay, that's where you need to go.
I don't know who else.
That's where you need to go. So, tell me how your day-to-day has changed, Kim, since you found out about...
Well, because before I go to work now, I am doing e-learning with Micah, so that's what I'm doing before I even go to work, is we're doing school. And today I was off, so which was a great thing. So we went to the Georgia Aquarium from Chicago. So, and we wrote about that, and we did other things.
Oh, Lord. Wait 1 second. Do you not remember today? Because, okay, by the way, Kim is not only a board member of Love City Arts, but Kim is also, like, one of my best friends and, like, a sister, like, on Earth. So we text essentially all day, every day, unapologetically. Like, we are on each other's back all day, like no matter what, somehow we are connected and tethered all day, every day. So today, when she said to me, I like, the kids been in the house all day, and like I'm about to do an early dismissal of class, and we went on a field trip. I responded to you by saying, well, "Were you safe? Like, why would you leave the house?" But you ignored me.
I said it was a virtual one.
I thought y'all actually were out in these Chicago. I don't know what my brain was doing.
The Shed Aquarium is on. The Shed Aquarium is up. It's closed. The zoo is closed. So I mean, there's really, even during, there was nothing to do anyway. So you had to be virtual with it. So I think this weekend we'll go to some museums and check out some museums through Google.
Is the Louvre on there?
I'm not sure if the Louvre is on there, but the British Museum is on there. A couple of the Art Institute of Chicago is on there. So definitely people, I believe it's like with the arts or something.
For everyone that's watching that don't know what the hell we're talking about, and please let me know if you are watching, because I can't see on this side who you are, unless you comment. Tell them what we're talking about. We're talking about these virtual tours. Where can people find those?
It's on Google. I believe it's Google Arts. I'll definitely look it up again to send the link. So if anybody wants to look at it, but I mean, it has hundreds of museums.
Hey, Stacia, we love you too. Go on.
And you could, take a virtual tour. So, while we're at home, sit back and look at the different arts. Like, I'm definitely going to look at the British Museum this weekend, because I haven't been there in so many years, so I would definitely have to see how it has changed or what has not changed within the years. And, I'll be safe in my, safety in my home, and don't have to worry about no bathroom lines. And I like the food, so it's not like I'm gonna have to go and be like, you like the cafeteria food at the Museo de Kim? Yes, I do.
What do they serve over in the Museo de Kim?
Well, today is chicken parmesan tonight. But really chicken parmesan sandwiches, and then it's gonna be chicken parmesan tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Okay, chicken parmesan. I see you.
Baked chicken parmesan.
How do you make your chicken parmesan?
Well, we are baking it, and we do just
wait. You're not straight jumping into baking it. You're like,
you had to flatten your chicken breast.
Ooh.
Make sure they're nice and flat, or you get chicken tenderloin, which is really good to get, which I did today. And wash them off, dry them off. Get you 3 separate dishes, shallow dishes. First dish will have flour, parsley. Well, I didn't have parsley. I thought I had parsley, but I'm a quick person to suggest substitute, so I use Italian seasoning today.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta substitute in these days.
I mean, it's what's in the house, right? It's what's in the house.
So it's Italian. It's
Sound is low. 1 second. They're saying my sound is low. How did my sound get low? Oh. What about now, guys? Is that better? Okay, Italian seasoning.
Italian seasoning. I love adobo, so anything that has salt and pepper, I'm using adobo.
Thanks, Phil, for letting me know that that the sound was low. Yeah. Tonight, you know what? It's day 6 that I've done this, and I think tonight it just decided it wanted to just be like, fuck you! And so... Corona got me on the 6th day. That's when the whole thing... I guess I'll have to do a better job of testing. Oh, but Phil says we're better now. Phil is the engineer of this operation.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, brother Phil.
So you were putting your last pinch of adobo into the batter, and then you just dredge your chicken in that your pounded chicken.
Yeah, do the flours. You do flour, so you do a flour dish, and I did add a little bit of paprika because I can't do anything without paprika. I might have a slight addiction to paprika. Just slight.
Oh wow! Is it like a childhood thing? Have you liked it since you were wee young?
I'm not. I think I did like it as a child, but then I learned that like Patti LaBelle used it. I was like, oh well, see, I know I'm in right company.
Okay, so give me 1 second. Hey Pam, love you. Let us know in the comments how your live stream. You were doing your live stream tonight. How did that go? Because you were telling us all about that last night. Phil is now saying that he is officially running sound. Thank you so much, Pastor Booknight.
Okay.
We need see like a ram in the bush.
No, see, we're not.
See.
We're not.
Like a ram in the bush. I was out here frailing, sounding like all kinds of stuff. My sound system, all my tech stuff was not working. All of a sudden, I looked down. Phil came through like a ram in the bush and said, "Bro, we everybody can't hear you up in here."
I'm ready to see. Yes, Lord.
I was like, oh, she hung up. I was like, she was like, oh my gosh, you know what? Because I'm using my phone and I paid the bill, I can add a call in.
Oh.
You know who we about to go get? We about to go get hush puppies. 1 second, I gotta get his number out of the text. We about to go get hush puppies on the line. Tell him what you want. Oh, let me see if they let me. He's gonna run sound and.
You know who we about to go get?
Hush puppies.
You about to go get hush puppies? Huh?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, turn your sound off on the feed.
Oh, turn the sound off on the feed.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get Kim in here. Can y'all both hear me? Kim, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I wonder.
I'm assuming I might be on mute because I'm gonna have to sit there and go back to this chicken and look at it and do my flipping in. Oh, well, I'm not Italian. I'm Jamaican.
Wait. Is the chicken cooking right now?
Yes, it is.
Oh, go do your chicken. I'll just call hush puppies.
If I say I was on the live, we done had praise and worship, and you was gonna leave me without announcements.
I wasn't gonna leave you with.
Am I attached now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Brother Phil. Sister Kim. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Wait. For the people that are viewing and watching this shit, that is exactly how I expected this to go. If ever I imagined a reunion, this is exactly how I expected it to go. Pam, we hope you're well tonight as well, baby. How are y'all doing? How you doing, Phil? What's going on down in Florida?
Nothing. Even in Florida needs a good kick in the ass because they just need to shut down the whole state. People are down here during spring break acting up. People are still going to the restaurant, sitting down, not taking out like they need to take out. They ain't acting a fool.
There's no. I saw a video today. Not to go morbid, everybody. Trigger warning. But I saw video footage of the cops, like badgering the people on the water and like firing like fake rounds.
That's probably to get them off the beach because all the spring breakers came and they were just like.
And so all of a sudden, all of a sudden you hear pop, 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 pop. You think someone's shooting, but no one's shooting. It's the police trying to get people off the beach. Like that's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, they need to do with
That sounds like the way they. That sounds like the way they act in Chicago with Kim.
You know, our bullets are definitely not fake.
Okay, we're gonna look. You're not gonna get me pulled off the because you know Zuckerberg watches me.
Is that right? Exactly. You know.
Okay.
Shout out to Lori Lightfoot.
Sure. Shout out to Lori.
Lori has them come knock on my door, trying to steal me out in the middle of the night. Drag me out of here in the middle of the night. Nope.
Chicago.
Don't come to this again. Put me in some dark, deep cell.
Okay, I mean, Lori Lightfoot looked good today in her press conference, so I felt proud of my mayor.
Yes.
Black woman.
Yes, black woman.
The TV informing us. I felt informed. I don't even live in Chicago, and I felt informed.
Listen.
What was going on?
Okay.
Because de Blasio over there in New York, what's he going to do to shelter the place in the mayor? And the governor said, no, I did not say that.
I don't know what's going on. That's what's kind of crazy about everything. You hear different versions of information from different spaces. One thing that's good here is that New York has an automated phone service that you can subscribe to. And so if, something happens that applies to everyone, for example, for people who don't know and want to share this, they're lending out iPads to all of the kids who don't have access to the internet in their homes here. Yeah, and so that came through through that tech service.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So hopefully more localities will start to do the same.
Looking at you, Chicago. Lord Lightfoot.
Yep. Shout out. Shout out. Look, go prepare your chicken, and we're gonna catch up with Phil.
Okay, catch up. I might come back on. I might call y'all to come back on later.
Okay, all right. We'll be in the room. We got another half hour left to go. Yes.
All right. Okay, Brother Phil.
Yes, Mr. Kim.
All right. It was good fellowshipping with you. These moments.
Yes, it was.
Oh my gosh. Hey, listen. So I want to start. Let the church say amen. I feel like you about to push.
That was Micah.
Oh, hi, little man. How you doing?
Yes.
Go have your chicken. Good night.
Alrighty. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Love you.
Bye.
Phil, you said they down there on the beach eating all of their eggs Benedicts and anything else they want without apology.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
Just chilling. What do you think it's going to take for people to actually just go home and protect each other and actually, give a damn about each other?
I don't know. I think they were just being nice about it. They said, okay, self-quarantine, do what you got to do. But then people are hard-headed. So I think we just need to do like what San Francisco did. And was like, stay in the house forever. Until this thing passes.
I mean, they
and if we catch you outside, you're getting a misdemeanor.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the only way people. Well, because I was listening to something. I think I've said this every night that we've been here together. I was listening to something. They were like, humans are social animals, so it makes sense that you're going to tell them go in the house, quarantine, and they're going to do the exact opposite. Like, there's no way to really control this thing.
That's true. I mean, we want to be social.
Yeah. But
we got to learn how to do the work. We got to do the sacrifice now.
Right.
Because if you don't do the sacrifice now, then it's going to be, who knows? The numbers keep on growing every day. And I feel like.
And I know this is going to be. Yeah. Oh wow, that's loud.
I just watched Outbreak today, and that made my anxiety go throughout the window.
Why would you do that?
Same thing that's going on.
For those of you watching who don't know who I'm talking to, this is Phil Booknight. Phil Booknight is one of my best friends and choir mates from Lee University. He is more than like a brother to me. We are actually frat brothers. Shout out to Tau Kappa Omega. And so we're blood. Huh?
I said TKO.
Right. We are brothers on top of brothers on top of brothers. So that's who I'm talking to. We're trying to figure out why people won't get off the beach and go home.
It's spring break, and it's really nice outside. It's nice outside down here. Mm-hmm. When I stepped outside to go get the mail, I was like, wow, it's really nice out here.
Yeah.
No wonder y'all motherfuckers can't stay off the beach.
Listen. That's wild. So yeah, they're gonna have to. It
was crazy. Like yesterday, my church is doing online church. So we're doing online church, and then every day they're doing like an online devotion every day.
That's wonderful.
And so yesterday, the pastor sent a message out to everyone, and he said, he really thinks that God really, the word engagement, it really spoke out to him, and I think that's so true, because we have to, during this time, we have to engage with each other. It's important to see how our neighbors are doing, how this person is doing, how our family is doing, how our friends are doing, because everyone has a different situation. Everyone's told to quarantine, but those people who have no family, who are living alone,
right?
They don't want to quarantine, or if they're quarantined, it's like, who knows what's going on? They get bored.
You cut them off virtually from the entire world.
Yeah.
It can be really lonely.
This is something new. This is something totally new. And I'm seeing stuff that I thought I've never seen before. I'm seeing Planet Fitness the other day was having an online exercise streaming.
Right. I mean, it's everything's turned up. I mean, it's like the world turned upside down. Yeah. I mean, these cell phone companies saying, we don't mind if you're late, just take care of yourself. These internet companies saying, we'll install your internet for free and take care of it later. All of these all of these paid services from individuals and corporations, all of a sudden, people are kind of saying, we need kindness and generosity. Gratitude is going to be the only thing that's going to get us through this challenge.
Yeah. What telephone service is that? Because T-Mobile just reminded me today, your bill is due.
Verizon, I believe, don't quote me on this. Someone can comment and let me know. Verizon for sure. Sprint, I think. I think those are a few of the carriers who have said, look, we're going to waive your late fees, and not, penalize you for the next 60 days until we can all figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. I mean, this is happening with credit card companies and beyond. So I don't know who's watching, but if you're not aware, do try to. If you feel like the bills have you at the neck, it doesn't hurt to like call and reach out to your credit card companies and utility companies and all of these things, and take the hour to adults and hit them up and tell them, look, we're all going through this. What kind of relief is your company providing? Even I think a lot of people calling and asking that question could perhaps give a little more wiggle room,
Yeah.
Like, if you live in a local electric company, and most of these places should be doing this anyway, but if they're not, if you live in a locality where you're not sure if the gas provider is actually going to be looking out for you, it may help if the people in your community call and ask that question so that they know that that's the expectation. Because these politicians and companies are only going to give us what we expect.
That's true.
Because a lot of people were talking about the fact that, like, use your best judgment, but Amazon Amazon is currently able to get anything to your front door in a matter of 2 days, but they're not really treating their people well behind the scenes. And so for every Amazon package I order right now to have food brought to me, or to have to have items that I don't want to go to the store for brought to me, someone is in a factory, practically a sweatshop, getting paid way, low money to allow our things to come to our front door. What's going to happen to them?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, these companies, they can only do so much, as they can only give so much, because that's how they are. And unless we have someone, fighting for us, which we do, legislation, like fighting for people who are, don't have the middle class.
Yeah.
Then don't expect anything. Don't expect them to be like, oh, I'm doing this for you because I want to be a basic human being. Don't expect any handouts. We gotta push them, like you said.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that Washington knows and that our local government officials know. I mean, no, look, this doesn't apply to people. This doesn't apply to people who are in localities that are actually doing amazing things. Like I just said, like the babies are gonna get iPads. I'm not giving De Blasio shit for free, but like at least the kids are gonna get iPads. I didn't realize until this situation I would say erupted or emerged, or we faced this challenge. I did not know that so many kids in our city and around the country don't have access to internet. Like so when they started saying, "Wow, we have a pandemic, let's pull all the kids out of school so they don't get each other sick and then and harm their relatives, even if they didn't show symptoms." We started to see the emergence of a bigger problem, that these kids were not only they were not only without internet, but they also did not have food or houses. And that's been the most alarming thing to me. I think I've cried about it every night that we've been together, because these kids they're actually having to go to the school right now, even though the schools are closed down. They're having to go to the school and grab and go breakfast and lunch, because if they don't grab that from the city, they won't have it at all.
Exactly.
That's the level of poverty that we have allowed. That's the level of poverty that we've allowed. And so I'm trying to wrap my mind around what this newfound knowledge is, and then how to press the local officials and the mayor and all the way up and hold people accountable for the fact that, yes, Ash is saying, access to the internet is huge for kids whose parents suck. Yeah. And so, it's... Are you saying... Oh, wait, Ash. Are you saying access to the internet is so huge for kids whose parents suck? Are you saying that they suck because they can't provide it? Or are you saying that they suck because they privilege themselves over... I mean, what are you saying there? Because I believe that, not in a bunch of... what do you think, Phil? Do you think that people are just buying bullshit things instead of giving themselves the internet? Or are they that impoverished that they can't afford the internet? I know I sound like... I could sound like a dick by saying that on a public forum. I'm just showing transparency about what I did and did not know.
I think it's 2020. Everyone should have access to the internet.
Yeah, and we could, as a community, provide that. We could say, this is important to us. Let's wire every home in the neighborhood and every apartment in the neighborhood with internet. Provide it as a utility. Capitalism is going to make them tier it out, getting certain levels of internet the more you pay. We know that's fucking going to happen because that's how humans suck. Oh yeah. Okay, Ash, I was
everyone has online school now, so it's just
right.
I remember, not really having. I really didn't get a computer until I was in maybe 9th grade or something, and it was we were well off middle class families, so we were able to afford a computer, which was I think it was $2,000. It was expensive. I forgot how much.
That's a privilege. That's a privilege, though.
Yeah. So I'm even I can think about now, what kids who are not in the situation that I was growing up, who can't afford these laptops or computers,
right,
have internet access to them, and still expect to do their schoolwork,
right,
with it.
Well, yeah, and research. Our kids are the library. See, I thought the libraries were obsolete because everybody has the internet in their house. I didn't think obsolete. Don't quote me on that, people. God. I didn't think libraries were obsolete, but I thought that the people going to libraries was lower in number because everyone had the internet at their house. Are people still going to libraries?
There's really no reason to go to the library anymore. For me,
that's how we feel. But I'm beginning to realize, and I'm showing. Look, guys, you can skewer me later for this, and you can talk shit all you want on the internet about this. I'm telling you that we have failed as a society because I'm a grown ass man, 36-year-old, looking you in the eyeballs and telling you that I had forgotten that there are children in this country that have more difficulty than others doing their schoolwork. Think about it. The teacher asked them to write a report on a teacher asked them to type a report on Benjamin Franklin. Actually, we're not going to do Benjamin Franklin. George Washington Carver for the culture. And so the teacher asked them to do a report on George Washington Carver, and for certain kids in this country, they can just do it quickly, research, got parents' help, and they print it on their home computers and off they go. For other kids that are just now coming back into my focus, I'm ashamed to say, in front of all of you, all of a sudden there's this new focus in my heart on these children who literally have to then take their assignment. Someone's saying something online probably about what I'm talking about. Ash, let me clear up. Ash said she's talking about abusive parents, parents who are homophobic and etc. They're the ones who suck. She's definitely not saying that parents who can't afford internet suck. There were kids that my kids are friends with in Tennessee who didn't have clothes and food they didn't have clothes and food, much less internet access. Definitely yes on the libraries. The homeless population uses the library for internet all the time, and kids from low-income families. And then Brian said, "Come on, peanut butter." I don't know what that comment's all about. Were we talking about peanut? Wait. Phil, did I say something about peanut butter?
Maybe he's referring to you because of your complexion.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm really bright under these lights. And you got jokes, Brian? Say it to my face. I'm dead. And jelly. Oh, George Washington Carver is what he's talking about. I was like. Wait, we were just casually talking about it.
What did you say on Black Ink Shit?
What'd you say? What'd you say? Brian said, if you want me to write a report, I'm going to write a report. What you want from me? You said that you didn't want a report on Benjamin Franklin. You wanted one on George Washington Carver. That's what you said you wanted? Peanut butter. Come on, peanut butter. I'm dead. Brack McKibben says, I used to go to the library many years ago only because it was a faster connection. At that time, we only had access to dial-up speed living in the country. This was back around 1998. Right, yeah. I didn't have internet in the home until college. Freshman year at Lee, Phil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was the first time. The fact that I could plug a computer into an Ethernet cable and get all the internet I want, I was in heaven because we didn't have internet at the house. I think that I found a way. Remember when you had the Juno email that you could dial into, and it would pull your emails down? This is at the beginning of email, y'all. You used to have to, for all of you younger millennials and Generation Zers that are watching, you used to have to plug a phone cord, like a gray phone cord, which you may not know about either. No offense. But you had to plug a gray telephone cord into the phone jack. If you were really bougie, you had a phone jack for your internet and a phone jack for your telephone, but that was later on. It all started with one, and that shit would call out, beep, you, beep, you, beep, oh, yeah. Like there was, you know the sound, Phil?
You got mail.
Exactly. And we waited for those emails to slowly come down. They came down. And then if you were Juno, then you have to sign off the internet, and then you could like do your emails and hold them in a queue and then send them back up the next time you got on. Because let me tell you something. If your mom got on that phone to call her girlfriend when you were beep, boop, shh, remember that? It would shut the internet off.
And you would get an ass beat.
And you would get your ass kicked. So you have to be strategic. So my freedom to the internet didn't happen until I got to Lee. Ain't it something? And now I'm dialing you on my phone that's connected to the internet, streaming out to like 5 different channels on the internet. Like it's normal.
Times have changed.
Yep. Well, Phil, how are you feeling about coronavirus personally?
Really personally, I mean, I believe it's real.
No, not like the belief in it. Like, how is it affecting you? Like, I mean, I'm emotionally exhausted between like the actual working from home, which I know is a privilege and a blessing to have, and you know the constant bombardment of new developments about it. I'm a little emotionally exhausted, actually.
Yeah, I'm just like, what was that? This morning, my aunt sent me a video of someone that was on the respirator. She was talking about that. That got me earlier today. And then, as I said, I watched Outbreak today, and I'm like, this is like coronavirus. That Find the Monkey. It was like a crazy bunch of situations. And then I'm just like, myself, because I live with an older person, 65 plus, and I'm just like, what if I gave him the virus? And then, you know, there's not enough respirators for people to be on. It's just like, it's bringing up a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
And
yeah.
The first couple of days, I was like, I was in bed. I just couldn't deal with life. I was in bed, sleeping all day, depressed, because I just didn't know what, it was like, I felt like helpless in a way.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, it's just like, you gotta live. You gotta deal with it. You gotta fight.
Yeah.
And fighting is spraying everything with Lysol, making sure I wash my hands, making sure people that come in contact into my quarantine space, that they're all quarantine ready and not going to give me any viruses or any sickness.
Yeah.
Because you gotta protect your space. You gotta do due diligence.
Yeah.
Make sure that you are going to make it out, and then everyone else, your neighbors, the old people down the street, are going to make it out.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure.
That's and I'm not to cut you off, but I need to like drive that point home for everyone that's watching now on these Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, all these different channels. It need to be like, you're doing this, you're taking the precautions, and you're slowing down not only for you. Think about your neighbor. Like, it's not just you that could be affected by this. Like, if I'm carrying that inside me, and I, am contagious but don't know it, and give that to the old lady across the street and she dies, I don't want to think about like what that means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that people need to really stop thinking. I think that what happened, Phil, between you, me, and the wall, is that I think that Zuckerberg, who could probably shut me off all the shit, and then we would go right over to LoveCity.org where I pay for that, and it'd be just fine over there. Thank you kindly. But anyway, I digress. I would be nice. Zuckerberg's Instagram and Facebook has taught us that, they've taught us so many different things about beauty and the effects that, seeing just one side of a person's life can have on your self-esteem. We can talk about that some other day. But beyond all that, it's made us believe that, like, we are so individual. Like, we're so, like that's Phil over there with his Instagram and his Facebook, and I'm over here with my thing, and if you come over here, I can block you. And we spent, like, the last couple years canceling everybody. I mean, there are people that deserve to be canceled. I'm not going to name them and give them space on my platform. So I'm not coming against cancel culture, but we were canceling this person and that person, or blocking this person and blocking that person. Now we can't block each other, Phil. We can't block each other now. We literally, if we're within 6 feet from each other, whether I know you or not, if we're riding in the train together during rush hour and we are sandwiched in those cars in New York like sardines, I can't block anybody. I've got to recognize that you are a divine human being just like I am, and that you are prone to disease and pain and heartache, and that you too will die like me. No matter if you have $1.5 million in the bank, $1.5 billion in the bank, or $1.50. This shit is literally leveling the yard and saying we need to care about each other more than ever before. We need to protect ourselves and not expose ourselves to deadly things. But we need to lean deeper into our care. Like the child that I am thinking about that is homeless and in poverty and does not have technology, that kid, I'm hearing an echo, Phil, that kid needs to know that now I care. Now I care. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're totally right. I mean, it's just like, it's...
Anybody else feeling what I'm saying, or am I just like making it, am I just yelling on the internet for no fucking reason? Go on.
No, you're totally right. You're like with Game of Thrones, and everyone was trying to tell crazy Cersei that the White Walkers were coming, and we all gotta, like, work together.
I'm trying, Phil. It's so discouraging, and I'm not like. Look, listen. I'm not a unicorn. I don't feel like I'm anybody special. I have really crippling self-esteem. People who really know me know that I'm really working through crippling self-esteem and kind of like I know my gifts when I know my gifts, and I can stand up in them, and that's cool. But like, it goes up and down. Look, there's people. The real people on this call know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, sometimes you feel yourself, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. So I'm not. No. But sometimes I feel like a nut because it's like we like community over competition. We got to come together. Like, what do we want to dream about? What's the world we want to inhabit? Do we want to inhabit a world? Listen, guys, we can't do anything about it now. Coronavirus is here. But do we want to inhabit a world where there is a channel with free yoga classes streaming all day? Like, how do we turn this into the norm once we can get out and see each other again? How can we still keep that vibe of community going, So that we don't put ourselves back in the situation of being, where we are. We could have prevented this. And see, here's the deal. Here's the thing that I'm going to say that's controversial that you may or may not want to hear and that people may not like. Like, we have to take responsibility for the conditions that cause this. If this is the zootic thing that they say it is, and if people are living in places in the world that are so chaotic and in so much pain that these people have to eat animals that perhaps... So, there's a TED... I'm not talking out my ass. I will drop the link later. I will drop the motherfucking link later.
I've seen that link.
The TED Talk where the lady said, because we're pushing into the Amazon, we're experiencing species and animal types that we've never seen before because people are we're building these factories and things and displacing these species that we've never known that carry these pathogens and things that we've never sequenced. Coronavirus. It's a novel coronavirus. We've never sequenced it because it's new. It came from something that we didn't know anything the fuck about. But here's the thing that gets me. The people that this animal was transferred, the people that were affected, oh, thank you, Kim, for that link. She's coming back to send us the link so we can go and take tours of all of the museums. Thank you. That's knowledge. Thank you. If people are so poor in the world, meanwhile, behind the pre-coronavirus, behind the Olive Garden every night, they're throwing out mountains and mountains of breadsticks. We're throwing out mountains and mountains of breadsticks over here. Meanwhile, someone in Wuhan is having to eat meats that aren't cooked, or maybe wild game, or things that we would eat that we as Americans would never think of having in our market. They're having to eat that because of the deep, deep poverty, because we like to get our deals from Dollar Tree. I said it. So we get our deals from Dollar Tree. Made in China is what the things say. They work. I love a good bargain at Dollar Tree as well, but we got our stuff from Dollar Tree. off the backs of people in factories in Wuhan making very, very little money, very, very poorly. Very poor people. And then somehow they are around an animal or perhaps consume an animal, not a reflection on Chinese people or Asian people, that piece of shit in the White House. It's not the corona, the Chinese virus. These people I think my computer's just freaking out, Phil. It's freaking out.
I mean, what else can you say? It's like, it's the truth.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And so because...
It hurts.
It hurts.
The truth hurts.
It hurts. It hurts. And I think that literally until we stand in the mirror... And we can blame, like, the buffoon in the White House can blame whoever he wants to blame. And we can say Republicans did it and Democrats did it and white man did it and black man did it. We can go back and forth forever about this shit. But until we actually look in the mirror and start, and I don't mean to evoke MJ for the people that aren't feeling him these days, because he too was canceled. But that lyric says, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to make a change. And I feel like coronavirus has got us all stuck in our house. It's asking us to make a change. Like, for real, like, it's asking us to make a change. And I don't think that we're weak. I don't think that we're anything less than the kings and queens and of the kingdom. I don't think that we're weak. So I think that now we need to really, really get serious about standing up. I was telling someone today on the phone that if these... Yes, Katie, it's a good song. It's a good song. Katie Abril was in campus choir with us, too. It's Katie Abril, Gavis.
Katie Abril!
Katie Abril, our homegirl. Ow, 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 ow. We weren't allowed to do that in campus choir, but
I love Katie.
That's how we felt. I love her so much. I love you, Boo Boo. I hope that you're making it through this with as light a heart as possible. These things are heavy, but I hope that we all find a little bit of light in the situation. And the light that I'm talking about right now is the one where we could literally challenge our legislators and our government officials to provide for those who are the most vulnerable in our population. Because here's what the T is. The T is, I can stay in this house as long as I want, but every day I'm passed by people on the trains, and the homeless numbers in this city are ridiculous. And unless we treat them the way we treat ourselves, they're gonna remain contagious. So we literally, it's like the universe. It's like I don't want to use the wrong language because people misconstrue where I'm coming from. But like it's like, I'll put it this way: the universe is balancing. The universe is balancing. Katie Brill stepping back to where we said we loved her. She said, "Whoop whoop, love you. I'm singing and doing virtual piano and voice lessons with the babies." How old are the babies that you're doing piano and voice lessons with? She said, "Spread the light, baby." Yeah, we gotta spread the light. What do you say, Phil, about the fact that like the occupant in the White House can get on Twitter all day, every day, spreading his venom, but yet people that are nice are not as loud? What do you think about that? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe because I think we're giving him too much power. We're giving him too much publicity. Like, he has a big stage right now. And he has the Twitter, he has the presidency, so he can say everything that he wants to say. But I don't think there's enough people out there who don't have a big stage. Like, I think she's a wacky person, but Marianne Williamson, or I don't know her name.
Marianne Williamson. Marianne Williamson, yeah.
sometimes. I mean, I think she's a little bit different, but I think she's positive.
Yeah.
She's throwing out some positive energy.
Yeah.
She doesn't have like a really big stage though.
Yeah.
I think we need people to throw out more light, like spread the light, like someone said earlier.
Yeah. You know what? You just inspired me. I need to write her an email. I don't know if it's going to get to her people or if it's going to get to her. But I need to write her an email because I've really been enjoying the stuff that she's putting out on YouTube about unifying us and keeping us positive and thinking high vibrations about our health and looking for a hopeful future. I like that. And I'm like, who's encouraging her? Who's letting her know that she's doing great work, you know? And all the other healers on the world that are doing their yoga classes and their dance classes and things like that. Like these things matter right now, and we need to get behind leaders that want to spread love and light and positivity.
I think everyone, like, there's those leaders out there like her who are saying these really good things, but because she's not mainstream, the message is not being received. But if, like, a mainstream politician like Joe Biden would say, if he took up one of her things, then all of a sudden everyone's going to be on it.
Right. So how do we hold Biden's feet to the fire so that he actually gives us the universal health care that we deserve and make sure that these babies are not only eating, you know, meals and at school? How do we hold his feet? I mean, Jesus.
We just have to keep him accountable. We have to say what we want. This is like what we want. The thing is different from Biden with Hillary. Hillary didn't really listen. She didn't care. She thought she had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Biden will at least listen.
You think he'll listen?
I mean, he just changed his views the other day. He was against something that Warren was saying, and now he's always like, "Oh yeah, I kind of agree with that now too."
Right. Okay, so I mean that's a little bit of a hope. I mean, whatever happens, we gotta get that asshole out of the way. Like, I'm sick of seeing his face.
He just needs to go. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just sick of seeing his face. The lies, the diminishment, the way he talks to women, the way that he talks to people of color. The example. No accountability. Like, literally will say, I'm not responsible for that, and literally abandon us all. Will know about pending or impending crises and not do anything. He is not the best of us. Why is he there? And yet we just allow. Anyway, I'm not asking you to have these answers, hush puppies. I'm just saying that, like, this is something. I feel like we're standing on top of a challenge right now, like a great challenge and a giant question. Who do we want to be going forward from this? Because, I mean, are we going to allow this? Like, there are going to be other pathogens and other viruses and other catastrophes in our lifetime. Those of us who are young enough to have, like, you know, God willing, spirit willing, light willing, whatever you want to believe in, whatever that power is, if we get to live long lives. I'm 36 years old, so if by some strange, beautiful coincidence I end up being 96 one day, I've got another 60 years on this motherfucker. How do we want to spend that time? We really have to start bringing that into our imagination. We can't just keep saying, like, oh, it's just horrible, just shaking our heads. So we got to do something, guys. We got to do something because we have another 60 years. We barely made it through this motherfucking week. Y'all are already sitting in the house taking pictures of your assholes. More than you were 3 weeks ago. because you're bored and you miss your friends. What are we going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild. And so but look, that was not to place any kind of angst or anxiety in everyone. I just want to let you know that we are stronger than we realize. And barring coronavirus issues and all that stuff, we're stronger and healthier than we realize. We can provide for these kids. We can fund these programs. We can make sure everyone gets the shots they need. We can make sure that everybody gets their blood pressure taken, their proper blood pressure pills. We can make sure everyone had we could make sure that everyone, they're giving trillions of dollars to the fucking banks day before yesterday. Right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They're giving money to the banks. Somebody, I'm not trying to go there tonight, but like somebody is literally using half a syringe of their insulin because they're afraid that it's not going to make it through the month. Meanwhile, we gave $1 trillion in relief to the banks. To the banks. And I don't know the math of all of that and how that helps the economy and whatever web I don't know whatever web they're spinning to make the math make sense. I'm not on that level. I'm a very right brain motherfucker. But what I am saying is that somebody has insulin that they need and they can only use half a syringe at time when they need a whole one. Because we've decided that we care more about banks and supporting capitalism and this falsehood. We've propped up our lives on shifting sands of gold. We have elevated this man. What is that? We have elevated this man that represented popularity, reality TV, and enormous wealth. We built our idol to that on shifting sands of gold, and now Mother Nature just comes in and goes, Mother Nature came through and said, I hate this show. She said, turn that shit off. And I'm not being insensitive to the people that have lost their lives because I believe that not a one had to. I believe that if we grow our imagination and grow our faith, listen, I feel my help coming, Phil. I feel my help coming. If we grew our imagination and grew our faith simultaneously, we could imagine a world where no one is contracting coronavirus in the first place because they have quality and the basic Maslow of their chart is okay. Because we have billionaires and trillionaires on the planet. And like I said, I've worked, my college job and beyond college job was working in restaurants where nightly we tossed soups and dumplings, chicken and dumplings, and our managers did a great job because I know I got managers that follow me and watch me on here, and I want y'all to pretend like they were throwing out whole trays of this and that, but there was enough waste every night, Phil, that like they could feed the poor community if they wanted to. But we have set up a society in a world where people deserve to have and others don't deserve to have. And that really bothers me in my spirit. But the hope, my dear loved ones, the hope is that we can do better. And we can get that health care. We could have universal basic income. Fewer people would be off the streets. The poor man that sits on my train every week and scratches his legs to the point of being bloody because his eczema is just that bad and he's not being properly treated. We're going to have to make sure he's okay with coronavirus too, guys. The person when you're driving to McDonald's and you're in the delivery, in the drive. I haven't gone through, I'm in New York too long. I haven't been through a drive-through trial in a month of Sundays. But when you're driving past that person that's sitting there with their cardboard sign saying "We'll work for food" or "Please help me," that person's going to need coronavirus care as well. This thing touches every. Daniel Day Kim today said that he contracted, tested positive.
Who was it?
I think his name is Daniel Day Kim. I don't know what he does, but the internet decided that. Do y'all know what Daniel Day Kim does? I'll look it up on this other phone. Daniel Day Kim. He is an American actor, voice actor, and producer. He was on Lost. He's the Asian guy from Lost. You know that show, Phil?
Yeah, who's the Asian guy in Lost?
Yeah, there was.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, a very good looking man, and yeah, he positive coronavirus. Like this thing is going from the people, right? The people that are making money all the way down to the guy that you pass on the way for your hot coffee in the morning. Everyone's can potentially be touched by this. And we need to make sure that they're all safe. Huge lift. We're going to make it happen. Do you have any words of encouragement to give to people right before we get out of here, Phil?
Like I said, we gotta work together to do it. And I think what stuck with me from yesterday, I don't know if these were yesterday's encouraging words, but you compared this fight to like a role-playing game, to Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
And you were saying that like when every time you face the boss, you'll get some more experience points.
That was last night. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was last night. That really stuck with me. And I was just like, yes, this is just like a test. And I think someone else said it tonight in my small group for church. They were saying, this is just a test. And then when we're done with it, we're going to be stronger and we're going to know what to do. We're going to be able to be stronger. We're going to have more experience when this is all over. And I wish that, yes, I wish that prayer for all of us, but I also wish that prayer as a collective for humanity.
Yes.
That we could be stronger, that we could know and see the issues that are affecting everyone in our communities, and that we will possibly change, hopefully, and know that, these things are right, that we have to look out for each other. And I think Donald Trump right now, he is planting the seeds that it's not America's fault, it's China's fault, it's China's virus, this is China's thing. And I think his followers are going to fall into that trap, and they're going to be like, "Oh, this is not America's fault. This is China's fault." And I think that's just the wrong way to go about doing it. We have to look at this in another way. It's not just China's fault. It's everyone's fault.
We have to own it. We have to take responsibility that we caused this. And people don't want to hear that right now, and perhaps it's too soon. But we have to take 100% responsibility for this. And like you just said, Brother Phil, and grow from it. Thank you for being here, man.
No problem. I had a blast tonight.
I'm glad you may have to come back later on in our little quarantine and bless the people again, okay?
Anytime. I'm here for the blessings. Just let me know.
All right, man. I love you.
Thank you for letting me be a part. It was great.
Of course. I love you. I love you.
I love you.
So yeah, everybody, I'm going to be here every night at 8:30 doing something just like that, or just sharing space with you and talking about what it means in these times of COVID-19. Know that I love you. Know that I'm holding you in my heart. And know that I'm just going to keep on showing up for you in the best ways that I can. Have a great night, everybody.